But kind of bring it back now. Talking about the update, something new. Contracts as well would be what I would consider as something new. New game-changing thing.
Well, it's, I mean, it's not necessarily game-changing, but it's it's something new in the game,
So, is there anything particularly that you would like to see in the game? Something like when I say like to see in the game, like this is also obviously something that can apply to any update whatsoever. But I thought we might as well talk about it here. This is like probably the last episode, but just like something you'd like to see in the game.
I would like to see. I mean, it's been a while since they've done anything MVM. Maybe they roll out some.
Big new MVM changes.
Not big, but maybe a new map or something instead.
I don't think that's big enough.
Well, perhaps. Like I was speculating.
Like something different.
Perhaps instead of defending Manco against the robots, you are attacking a robot base.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something just like a change in perspective for like MVM. Because I mean, I'm a big MVM guy. I like my hometown is 666. Yeah. Ghost Town.
There's been so many occasions where I'm like, dude, do you want to play some TF2? Like, yeah, let me just finish this. I'm like, but Wave 666. Yeah.
Half an hour later, we didn't win.
You usually win.
Usually, because I generally get a good team, but sidetracking anyway. But like maybe something like that. Maybe that's just a new perspective for MVM, or like something. Because I'm a real team player, if that makes any sense. I don't like fighting other people. I like being on the same team as a bunch of people fighting AI. Like that's kind of the thing I take the most fun out of.
Well, that actually that was going to bring me to one of mine. Look, guys, I'm probably going to get a lot of like crazy people talking to me about this, but it's something I've always wanted, always. And I've been playing TF2 for a fair amount of years, and I know I've said that into the ground, but it's true. And in my opinion, it has still not changed. Story mode. Now, before anyone goes crazy, listen, right? The TF2 story is amazing. Did you see the latest comic came out probably at this point a couple of weeks ago, and people went mad. People love the story of Team Fortress 2, and I do too. I fucking adore it. I don't really talk about it on this channel. I talk more about gameplay and stuff, but I love every aspect of TF2, including and especially the lore and the story.
Oh, it's a fantastic story.
I have always wanted like a single player campaign, and I say that in like not like there's a whole new game. I'm not necessarily talking like a Telltale spin-off series.
Although that would be pretty cool.
That would be fucking amazing because they always do great games. But anyway, I'm talking about I'd like to see just a quick little game for each class. You know what I mean? Like just. My personal idea has always been, okay, we've seen what happens to the mercs after TF2. We've seen MVM and what happens after that. That's where the
that's where the
I want to see before. I want to see them how they got their jobs.
Yeah.
I want to see like the sniper, like just a map in it. Like what the game is a map in Australia, right? Some like a new map, right? You're playing a sniper. You have to go find like a location. You have a target and you got to kill him. You know what I mean? Don't kill anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like maybe as the medic, maybe you're playing like Archimedes' backstory where you're stealing a van from the mayor and like rescuing Archimedes or something.
Well, not necessarily like that. I mean, like something that was still complement the gameplay. Something that might even like ease people into the way that each class is played.
Yeah, maybe update the training videos.
Well, a lot argue that
videos.
The training for TF2 is not good enough. So maybe like these little backstories of things. Teaches you how to play the class. Puts you in a like safe environment. And like teaches you a little bit about them. And so with the medic, what it would be is like, I don't know, trying to heal your patients with the medigun or something, or people on a battlefield. Like that's not TF2, but just that kind of a safe like environment where they were beforehand. The Pyro, you could, I don't know, go into like a building or something, and kill everyone, burn everyone alive, but don't die yourself. You know what I mean? Like, look, I know I'm going crazy. I know I'm speaking way out of line, and I'm going insane. Like, this is just a wish, a little desire that I thought I'd bring up now, because that's what I was thinking. And now that's something crazy new. That's like a whole new fucking game. And that's probably never ever going to happen. I mean, it hasn't happened now. Probably won't. But, you know, I can't help thinking of it.
Maybe, like, they would add a little bit of lore as well. Like, you know, maybe... As you said, you know, it's the mercs before they got their jobs. Maybe it's like, you know, for example, the spy, like you said with a sniper, the spy has a target.
The spy has a stealth mission.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Don't be seen, kill your target, get out.
Sap a couple of buildings, you know.
Teaches you how to play the game. Yeah, sap a couple of buildings, steal the intel, kill the target, you know. That kind of like controlled environment, you know. And it'd be... And like, I guess you could technically do it in like the actual game and like have bots set up and stuff. But I would like just, you know, that little bit of extra like lore.
Yeah.
And at the end of each one, like you're hired.
Yeah.
You know? And it feels like it actually brings the player with you. You're hired into Team Fortress 2 and then you play the game. Now, yeah, like I said, I'm going crazy. I'm fucking speaking madness, I guess. But look, I've always wanted something like that. I have loved the lore and I'd love to see more. And I think that, you know, it could work. I really do. Like, it's really out there, but give it a try. Yeah, and of course, like I have ideas for other game modes and stuff, which I think can honestly be saved for another day. But yeah, that's my ultimate dream for TF2.
It's like,
because it wouldn't take away from the actual game. It's just like an added bonus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a massive single player campaign. It's just little stories to teach you each class, give you a bit of backstory, and then you can get into the game. You know what I mean? Just an addition.
A little update to training, and maybe a little bit more complex stories for like versus bots or something, where you've got your team with you. Or something like that. Maybe like a little scenario, and then, you know,
training program.
Yeah, like, you know, this is your first day on the job. We're going to get the whole team together and go for this, and you choose a character, and you go in through that little scenario, and then you can choose to like versus bots with on the classic maps like Upward or, you know, Dust Bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
You know. Something, just a little addition, maybe.
There's so much that they could add into the game, honestly.
Yeah, like, Team Fortress has stood the test of time. Like, it's far surpassed many people's expectations in terms of longevity. They might just need to add a little something to keep it going.
I think, well, they have to, honestly.
They would.
If they want the game to keep going, they have to continuously update it, and they have to keep making these big leaps. And I feel like, you know, there's so much you could do. Another thing, which I won't like go too much into, but I mean, they've made models and stuff for like Miss Pauling, you know, implement her into the game somehow. Once again, I do have an idea of how, as to how. That's a video for another day. But like, I would like really like to see these, like, you know, we've been playing the same game for 9 years, you know, and the same 9 mercs. You know, do you know how like crazy it would be just to see like a new character, like not playable necessarily, but you know, just
maybe
there,
just like
somehow
fights alongside, or like maybe it's in a separate room, like on what is it?
If we were in a map, right, and in the spawn room there's like a window and you can see Miss Pauling, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'd be so into that.
Maybe she's on a crappy date with a scout and he's like flexing or something and she's rolling her eyes, you know, like something small like that. That would be fucking
like,
amazing.
Once again, with the comic, there's so many characters in that as well.
Yeah.
There's a character in the comic which, you know, if you haven't read it, fuck, do it.
Stop, pause the video, go there now, and then come back.
This character's called Zana, I forget how it's pronounced. And she is the Heavy sister. But she's fucking badass, man. Like, she beats the shit out of all those robots and stuff, and she's like fighting with soldiers and stuff. Like, I want to see her fight in the game. I want to see her in game somehow. You know, implement her somehow. I don't know how. Figure it out. Something like that. Like, just give us something else to look at. Like, I'm the kind of person who play TF2 so much. Like, if they implement a new voice line, I'm like, give me that shit. Give it all to me.
Oh yeah,
it feels good. Like when they had like the fucking gunmetal update, and you could look at your hands.
With like inspect weapons.
The new animations.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool. And like the stat trackers on the weapons as well. Like physically seeing how many kills you get.
Yeah, look, the tiniest little change in that game makes me excited, and
like
so like look, it's very easy to impress me.
Like especially voice lines are they get me as well. Like especially the one for the engineer at the beginning of like some of the maps. Like, don't worry, boys, the engineer is here. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
It's so good.
I love that shit. Yeah, I know. I wish I'd say more. It's so, and it takes you off. Like, oh, he said something new.
But like, my problem is with the last update, they didn't do the voice lines for all the characters. The medic got nothing. He got no new voice lines for the starting of games. Which that's something they might bring in with a Pyro update, just like an added little thing.
Like, update a couple.
Update like a few things. Yeah. Give the Pyro some more voice lines. I know he mumbles. I know he does that. That's his shtick. But add some different mumbles.
I agree. If I hear a different mumble, I'm like,
He got 2 or 3 new ones in Meet Your Match.
Pool party things. I mean, look, if you have the spy in, they can use the Pyro because the voice by the
Yeah.
I don't think, it seems a bit unnecessary, but I mean, it's the Pyro. You don't have to have a very good voice actor at all.
Yeah.
Just get someone, put them in a fucking gas mask and make mumbly noises.
Exactly.
I can do it.
But you just need, but even something like that,
Insert my voice line into the game valve.
But yeah, even something as simple like that, it just adds a little bit extra, and it's not necessarily game changing, but it's just that it's the little sprinkling of sugar on top of the cake, it's just a little things,
Yeah, man, I'm 100% there with you. But anyway, to finish this off, I want to say real quick is that, look, I know we said some pretty wacky shit over this series. And look, I get that chances are maybe none of the things that we suggested will happen, but that doesn't necessarily matter. Aaron and I are massive fans of the game. We're very optimistic.
Yeah.
We as long as my philosophy on updates is as long as if they just add something to the game, if there's only additions, then I don't understand how it can be bad. All they're doing is adding to the game. If they take away something that was good and they change that or something to take away, then I think there's an argument as to being a bad update. But because there's an argument there for Meet Your Match.
Even if for example, halfway through last year, between the 2 big updates, they added the Mayflower cosmetics case.
Yeah.
It was something small, not even necessarily an update, but they just added some cosmetics, and it was nice. Really nice. It was something to keep you on your toes. It was
the Christmas update this year. Some people were a bit iffy about it, and while a lot of others were really happy about it, and I was in the happy because all they did was they added stuff. They added that for a lot of people. They subverted our expectations. Whoa, I was expecting some new Christmas cosmetics, and that was it. But they added something that wasn't even Christmas related. They added the auto balancing feature, and they added the continuing maps feature, which is 2 features I've wanted for so long. It was a real Christmas present for me. I was over the moon. And yet people still, because they expect so much from people, just to that thing. And I know, and like I said, guys, we might have said a lot of exciting stuff in this series. Don't get your hopes up too crazy high. I mean, it's the TF2's team. We've seen what they can do, what they have done, what they are capable of doing, what is likely to come out. We'll love it either way. I'll be reporting on it. Aaron and I will play it together. It'll be fun. But these are all just ideas to get you thinking, get you excited.
Yeah.
And I've said this at the end of all the episodes, but if you guys have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, leave us a comment. I read and reply to just about every single one if I can. If I don't reply to your comment, it might be because I don't know what to say. So please, if you're excited for the Pyro update, tell me all that stuff.
And we're thinking even if you if you have some good ideas in the comments, we might come up with a follow-up video. We might discuss it.
We're thinking if you guys come up with enough ideas and stuff, we might bring them up in a follow-up video and give you guys a shout out. So anyway, that'll do it for this episode of Anticipating the Pyro Update with Aaron.
With Aaron, indeed.
I have been Ihasnotomato.
I've been Aaron.
And we hope you enjoy your dinner.
Because dinner's nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
For most people.
It's getting close to dinner time. Alright, see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.